of neo-humanism, which is very important in case of education also. As per Sarkar, education is a great role to play in establishing neo-humanism because that is the instrument of social change, and only through the education, as per him, neo-humanism can be established. He said, education, quote, education does not mean literacy alone. To my mind, education means proper and adequate knowledge and power of understanding. In other words, education is perfect knowledge of what I am and what I should do. In this particular definition, not actually definition, he quoted like that, we can very nicely understand the importance of the development of spiritual self as well as the material prosperity. So, education is committed to leading to humanity. According to him, education should commit to the humanity, not for the own self, with the own development. The society should develop. And from the crude and partial culture of the present towards more unified vision of human possibility and more unified cultural forms. Education also committed to social and economic justice and in developing the values and skills needed to establish them in this world. Now, he has pointed out some principles of education, and accordingly, he has pointed out mainly 5. It is not possible in my part to discuss all the principles thoroughly within this stipulated time, but still, let me tell you about the basic principle which has been propounded. The first one is effective utilization of human potential. Second one is there should be maximum utilization and rational distribution of human and non-human potentialities of the universe. Third is there should be maximum utilization of the physical, metaphysical, and spiritual potentialities of the unit and collective bodies of the human society. The fourth principle actually unpacks the third principles by arguing that service spirit is fundamental. That is, we have to do service for the mankind to grow the humanity to universal world, not for the selfish end, but we have to give importance to the whole humanity for the development of whole humanity. Both the physical, intellectual, and spiritual ability need to be cultivated. This is the fifth most important principle of Anandamurtijii. And so, it should help in all-round development. That means physical, mental, and spiritual realms of human existence. This particular point coincides with the other philosophers' philosophy, like Rabindranath Tagore, Swami Vivekananda, then Mahatma Gandhi, all give importance on the all-round development. He also gave importance on both the psychopedagogical approach and a happy blending of Occidental extroversial science and Oriental and introversial philosophy. These are two important, which are also lacking in our present education system, which has been given in our 21st century. Then, according to him, as knowledge is a bliss, therefore, acquiring this knowledge should also be joyful, as the earlier speaker has already said. There should be playway method, constructive approach should be there. Children should create their own knowledge and a classroom environment should be created. Here we find that he has given importance on constructivist theory, which has been popularly propounded by different psychologists like Jean Piaget and many other psychologists. And so constructivist theory is lacking in our present educational system. Learning should ignite the thinking process because no development can be occurred if we can develop the creativity among our students. He has repeatedly said that it is the duty of the parent to develop their morality as well as little bit spirituality among the child, because the child is the first. You can say that child is home is the first ground where the seed of the spirituality develop, and that's why he repeatedly said that. Parents also sometimes cannot understand their mind of the students. As a result, what happened? The student become deviated from the norms, social rules, etc., and they become drug addicted alcoholic. In this situation, in 21st century, we are observing this. Parents should at least take care of the moral and spiritual development. Otherwise, it is not possible in the part a feeling of social service, personal integrity, unselfishness, and inspiring personality and leadership ability. Teachers should not induce fear in the mind of the student. It's a very important thing, as learning and fear is inseparably associated, and whole world are experiencing the detrimental effects of education to the medium of fear. As Swamiji also said, fear, we have to remove the fear, because we are the son of immortal bliss. Why should we to give up the fear? And he also given the example of that sheep, that we are not sheep, we are lion. We have extraordinary potentiality, and we should not be feel inferior among us, and we have to adopt the situation, and we have to develop as per our potentiality. And so that fear should not be developed, fear psychosis should not be developed. Then regarding the student, Anandamurtijii also said they should not be pressurized to learn out of fear. The students should learn in a joyful manner according to their own pace. They should not be overburdened, and they should be teach as per their capability. They should choose the subjects as per their capability. He was against the learning of many languages, and he gave importance on one national languages, our universal language, and he preferred English teacher. And it is the duty of the teacher who will be free to accept or reject the government proposal for the welfare of the society. This is the hallmark of the Anandamurtijii's philosophy of education. As we know, Anandamurtijii has founded Anandamar Gurukula. Now it has most probably there are schools. They are given education on the basis of the Anandamurtijii's philosophy. But now let us see what are the implications, because Anandamurtijii's philosophy and education has been discussed in the 20th century. But later, if we compare that philosophy in this 21st century, we also found that the same thing is happening. We have educational policy which has been implemented by the government, which has not given any importance on the individual development and also the development of the whole universe or the society. And so not only that, our education system are not what to say, it is not proper to develop the creative thinking or the creative thinking as well as the judgment power of the students. As the earlier speaker has already told, the main aim of education is to develop the cognitive side, the psychomotor side, as well as the human being. But our education system, modern education system, failed to develop all this aspect of the education. And another important thing is that education should be such that so that each and every student should learn in a joyful environment and can develop themselves for their own, as well as they can contribute something. But the modern education system, what they are doing, we cannot say that our modern education system is not good. But our modern education system are producing lots of giants, intellectual giants, but they lack the power of tolerance. They don't have any patience. They are very restless. They are very confused. They are suffering from dilemma. So this is the right time. Though our new education policy has been declared by our central government, but still I've gone through the theory. I have gone through that policy, but some things has been included for the spiritual development, but I don't think it is the perfect uh, documents of education which can develop all round develop through which all round development of the child can be possible. Until and unless the potentiality, each and every student's potentiality can be developed, until and unless the creative thinking power cannot be developed, and until and unless the little bit morality, tolerance can be developed, until and unless the psychic power can be developed, it is very difficult for us to have an universal society. So, within these few words, I want to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Wonderful presentation. Almost all the facets of PR Sarkar's education policies have been explained by you nicely. And the 5 points you have mentioned, the 5 principles, actually
Yeah.
those principles are the principles of Proud, 5 basic principles of progressive utilization theory, propounded by PR Sarkar in the year 1959. You have rightly pointed out. Proud was propounded by PR Sarkar in the year 1959. And regarding education, and he told that it is the right of every educated person to have the scope for livelihood. And for that, we cannot think in isolation. Proud has to be established. Proud
Yeah.
advocates for balanced economy. Balanced economy means today's economy is capitalistic economy, but Proud's economy is cooperative economy, where the 40% people will be on agriculture, 20% people will be agro-based industries, 20% people will be on agri industries, 10% people will be in business, and 10% people in jobs. So this Proud's balanced economy has to be implemented in order to have provide livelihood to each and every person. And he has given the abbreviation of education, Anandamurtijii, that E for enlargement of the mind, D for discipline, etiquette, then morality, then E for English and pronunciation, U for universal outlook, C for character, then A for active habits, T for from Tripura Central University to take over the charge to conduct the seminar because I have to leave for some urgent work.
Gaude, Dr. Rajesh Saha, Dr. Sindhu Podial, Honorable and Reverend Swamiji. It is indeed a great privilege for us to learn something from the academic deliberations which are organized the Renaissance Universal, and I personally benefited from the discussions and deliberations of the learned scholars. Already, two learned scholars, they have propagated and presented their views related to education. In connection with them, I would try to share my view related to the educational awareness or policy or philosophy of Shrii Anandamurtijii. Anandamurtijii actually a great pioneer, a great champion of modern society. His versatile caliber undoubtedly influenced us in various aspects, and he realized that education is the backbone of a society, and children or students are the unit of that society. They will be the citizen, future, they are basically the future citizen of a particular nation or particular state. But the tradition of in the universe is not a new. As a he possesses a great insight, and he had a philosophical mind. He studied modern education which are running throughout the universe, Eastern and Western countries. At the same time, he studied various religious policies of education, systems of education. Generally, in the name of religion, various educational institutions have been set up, but he was actually fed up for their educational system and activity. Even he was not supported the religion interference. Rather, he was much more eager to give freedom train you the plowing system of your field. But Shri Anandamurtijii generally give the caution to them. They will have to awaken their children and they will have to fulfill their task in knowing the proper psychology. But nowadays in the modern countries, even particularly in Western countries, like commodity. It is a business and earning money. The humanistic appeal is very narrow there. And in our country, teachers' role is much more important. However, they are deprived in various aspects. In our country, there was no such systematic educational policy. Last year, a new educational policy have been announced, but it is not easy task to implement it. There are various aspects, I think, which will be conducive for the development of our educational system. So parents will have to cautious for using their language. Rather, they will have to encourage their children. Sometimes teachers also, they are discouraging their students. They will have to realize their psychology. Rabindranath Tagore rightly said, a teacher is born, a teacher never to be made. So in one quality, which is in a latent rightly said, a teacher is just like a midwife. He is unable to put there something in the brain. His role is only like the midwife role. Midwife will not create baby. Midwife only helps to deliver the baby. A teacher will deliver a knowledge children, which is already impregnated in the mind of a student or children. That's why Rabindranath also said, each and everybody will have to unfold what is latent in within. Antor mama vikasita karo, antor tamohe. Very important word. So, Swami Shri Anandamurtiji's main intention was to integrate integral attitude, because the attainment of knowledge is much of.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sirajul Islam, sir. It was one of the enlightening lectures on Anandamurtiji's educational philosophy. You articulately the different aspects of education, right from traditional Indian education system to the modern education system, and how development of rational capacities in human being has been highlighted in Shri Anandamurti's philosophy, and that was really very, very informative lecture and very articulated lecture for me. Thank you so much, and I'm sure other participants who are attending this seminar will be extremely beneficial by this lecture. Thank you so much, Professor Islam.
Thank you, Sindhu. Thank you, Padri, for generous comment.
Now, Susma Devi, ask to Susma Devi, Professor Susma
Yes,
Devi.
yes. Just now I
श्वास प्रश्वास क्रिया भी बंद कर देनी होगी। रोगी शरीर को अनेक प्रकार के विषकारक कृमि अणुजीव समूह से मुक्त करने के लिए औषधि सेवन भी बंद कर देना होगा। अहिंसा का इस प्रकार का अर्थ यदि लिया जाए तो भला ऐसा अर्थ बताने वाले ठहरेंगे कहाँ? उनको तो विशुद्ध जल भी छोड़ देना होगा, क्योंकि जल को साफ करने